Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All You Can Geek Moviecast, episode 406. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gast, joined by Mike Schneedy,
What's up?
Corey Feinsod,
Hey guys.
and Tony Korkanakis.
Yo.
What's up, guys? Welcome, listeners and viewers, to episode 406.
We're back.
Yeah, of the Moviecast. I hope you enjoyed our podcast last week, actually. We had some pretty good ones with God of War. We did our whole post-mortem spoiler cast of that game finally from all four of us. If you didn't check it out yet, it's on there. And we had a lot of fun with our game cast with Switch game or not. So So anyways, this week again we bring you guys new topics like we're doing every week. So this week on the Moviecast, we will be discussing Disney's impact on its purchase, which we're going to get into shortly here. We've talked about it before, but I'd like to kind of just let's try to get it out of our systems.
It's almost official, right? I mean,
yeah, it's official. It's official. There's no stopping it.
It's a matter of time.
Yeah, there's no stopping it now. So let's go to the box office first, and then we'll get into the news, though. So opening this week was Mission Impossible Fallout, and it did okay. It did $61.3 million, which is the highest it's done as a franchise, right?
Yeah, it keeps getting bigger.
Yeah, that's a very good opening weekend for that. It's got great reviews, and that helps. You know, having really high positive, not great, having positive reviews helps. I wouldn't say it's like a masterpiece film, but it sounds.
It's still 90.
Yeah, it's still 97%. It sounds like it's a lot of fun.
I mean, they have been for a while, so
yeah.
past few of them.
So I mean, that's great. Looking forward to seeing that. I might check that out this week. So I'm going away this week, but I have during the day I have free time, and there's a movie theater like 10 minutes away, and it's AMC. So I might just swing by and just watch a free movie. Get my money's worth out of that AMC pass I got. So I'll do that. I'm actually obviously the Mamma Mia was 2. Let me go through the box office. I'll talk about my next part. Mamma Mia, Equalizer 2, Hotel Transylvania 3, and then Teen Titans Go, which is another movie I want to see. But it opened to 10.5 million, which is not, for me, it wasn't what I was expecting to see, but I wasn't expecting to see a lot with this. No, I wasn't expecting to see a lot with this, but I thought 20 million. I thought 20 million.
Oh, wow, really?
I did.
For a niche film like that.
I don't know. I just thought the kids were more into that. I don't know. I didn't know that. I really thought that they were more into the series. I guess I kind of misread that whole thing.
I thought maybe 15. That was my
really
high.
Yeah.
Or I mean, it's a $10 million budget.
Oh, I know it's a low budget. I knew that.
The TV following is not as big as people would think.
I thought the team because they came out with a sequel to the Teeny Titans on the phone, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I thought like that whole mobile thing, the cartoon, I thought all of it was made it a lot more popular than this shows. But
well, I mean, it did open against Fallout and Mamma Mia, so
yeah, Mamma Mia opened at 15.2 million at number 2.
Which is pretty bad, I would say, for that, too.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a great box office week with the exception of Mission Impossible for a summer.
Yeah.
But we're getting towards the August time, which is more of a fall. Summer is pretty much done. It's May, June, and then early July, really, for summer, which is amazing because summer actually starts at the end of June. But in the box office for some,
the spring, early summer box office now.
Yeah. So that's your box office. Opening this week
February.
Opening this week is Christopher Robin. So we'll see how that does from Disney.
That could be anything.
That's another movie. I'm probably going to go see that.
Right?
I'm probably going to go see that on Sunday.
Really?
Yeah. So, I don't know. It just reminds me of Matt. I think Matt's going to meet me or something. We're going to go see it. But so news this week, guys. I'm going to just because it's reminding me while we're talking about the summer movie time frame of like May, June, and then early July. Don't forget April, because I've heard that Avengers Now Infinity War 2 is April. According to the marketing.
Just like the last one.
According to the marketing. Yeah, April. So
because of, or it could just be that in Europe.
It could be, but
they wouldn't.
That's what I'm saying. There's no way.
They wouldn't do that.
No.
There's no way.
So this is going to be in
0%
April.
chance.
What's that last week of April there?
The last week of April they're going to do, you think?
April.
Or that's what they're saying?
I think it'll be the 31st. Oh, that's May. Sorry. The 26th. That's my prediction. 26th. Do you think earlier? It could be
If
the
they're
19th.
going to do April, I mean, didn't they do like... What did they do at the end of April last time? Or was it 2 weeks?
It slipped a week into April. So you could do 19th of April, but I don't know.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's
Well, that
cool.
was because of IMAX, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
the IMAX marketing.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, all right. Let's see what else we have here on news. Oh, Tony, is there still use of Moviepass, or is this thing dead?
No. Over the weekend, it was dead. And I think somehow they pulled some money together. Right now, it's alive, but with certain stipulations.
Oh,
So, over the weekend, every single movie had surge pricing, and I was gonna go see Mission Impossible, but new movies aren't allowed right now for the first 2 weeks. So it's like, well, okay. And then any other movie I wanted to see, I was gonna, well, maybe I'll go see like Teen Titans or Jurassic. Only the first showing of each of these movies was available without surge pricing. So that was like 11 a.m. And I'm like, what is this garbage? And it's like,
yeah.
whatever. So they came out today because Wednesday they had a loan that was due, and they came out with this new model, and things are changing like a lot. So first of all, they're upping the monthly price to $15 a month.
Oh my gosh. So wait. Let me. So it's still cheaper than AMC's by $5, but are they? Go on. What else are they changing?
So new movies, and they constitute new movies as any wide release that's in more than 1,000 theaters will not be available through Moviepass for the first 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they're pretty much. I just the thing is for AMC, doing the $20 a month thing for any movie, and including their digital screens, their big screens. Regal's going to follow this. There's no question. So Moviepass is going to be dead by September, I would assume.
Yeah.
I mean, I think every
outlook
big
like
chain is going to probably follow suit in some fashion.
Yeah, I just don't
Yeah.
see, and the fact that you can't go see a new movie. What's the? I mean, it's $5 cheaper than AMC's.
Right. I mean,
So-
the nice thing about AMC or Moviepass is you can go to any theater rather than just AMC. Like me, I only have one AMC near me, and I don't think it's IMAX equipped, so it kind of takes away from the incentive
Value.
to switch over.
Yeah, you got to see two movies for the price to make that value. Yeah, I mean that's true. I guess I just consider for some reason AMC is all over the place by us here.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
know.
true.
New York.
We don't really get we don't have any Regals, so
And we have tons of Regals down here.
Yeah.
I kind of wish I did that.
yeah.
And then we do Movie Tavern a lot, which we have down
Oh,
here.
yeah,
and
that's a great
Moviepass
place.
works on that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, we'll see how it shakes out with the next week or two. So the thing is, if these changes cut back on the surge pricing, because the thing is, like, people were posting screenshots like, hey, they charged me surge pricing for this theater, and it's almost completely empty. It's like, that's not really surging then. Like, you can't use that word
Yeah.
if it doesn't mean what you're saying it means.
This reminds me of The Office and Michael Scott being like, I need more money.
Yeah.
This reminds me of Napster. It's like
Yeah.
someone's like, "Oh, sweet, this is a great deal," and then, "Oh wait, rules," and then it's gone.
Yeah. I mean,
But
it's just
Napster was pirating. That
Yeah,
was
that's- no, that
Yeah,
was-
I
they-
know. Well,
they
this is the next step. Everyone was pissed about it
not
when it came
Napster.
out.
Didn't Napster have like a $9.99 per month subscription thing that allowed
For a
it?
while.
Yeah.
For a while, it did, and then it disappeared because people were like, "Eh."
Yeah. So
Well,
I don't
I mean,
know.
the whole thing was the thing. Napster was used to pirate things for free.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
So
And
it's a
this
paid
is-
service. I don't know. I can see Corey's comparison with Michael Scott with the. I'm going to need you to give me
absolutely, it's that.
a much larger check.
Absolutely, it's that 100%.
So
It's just unfortunate that they went from like one side of the pendulum to the other, because it's like, oh, you $10 a month and you can see as many new movies as you want, and it's like, well,
Yeah, I
you
mean,
only
the
do it
math
like-
doesn't add up. I mean, that's the thing. Is like,
Right.
How are you gonna make your money? Like, where's the revenue stream coming from as a
Right,
investor?
exactly.
Say,
And it's just unfortunate because a lot of the people who were abusing it ruined it for pretty much everyone. So I don't know. I would have I would have been fine with like $20 a month, same service, or same price, and maybe like only one movie a week. Like 4 movies for $10 is still a damn good deal. Even 2 movies like per month without restriction that would have been fun. But like now, just like, oh, and I'm sorry, one more change because I just read their statement. They literally just sent an email before we started this podcast. Not all showings will be available either. So they're like, you need to check your Moviepass app to see if the showing that you want is actually going to be eligible.
And they still might charge you surcharges?
Yep. Surge pricing.
Surge
and that's the other thing. Surge pricing, because the first screenshot they ever used was like $3. And I was like, okay, you know what? $3 realistically isn't that bad. I forget how it mapped out, but like pretty much if you saw 2 movies, you're still doing okay. And anything after that, you're still coming out ahead. But when I checked this past weekend, it was $6 for like surge pricing. I'm like, so
wow.
That's $16. Yeah, it's just like nah.
No.
So,
all right.
I'll say I got like 3 weeks left before they bill me again, so I'll try to use it.
Yeah.
Maybe
hopefully Regal, like I said, Regal follows
Well,
suit.
you paid your money. I mean, you've got
no,
your
I
money's
absolutely,
worth out of it.
no, I absolutely made my money worth off it. It's just like I wanted to last all the way through summer, and
Yeah.
see. Close
All
enough.
News we've had, let's see, in the Star Wars universe, we got a lot of Star Wars Episode 9 news this week. First and foremost, Carrie Fisher will be returning in an older sort of way. They're taking deleted footage from Force Awakens to not have to digitally... They won't digitally recreate her, obviously. They said they wouldn't. So what they're going to do is take deleted footage from Force Awakens and put that into this movie for her role. So she will have a role in this movie, at least, and... I can't imagine it being a huge role now, but
No.
I mean, we talked about how Billy D kind of came on, and I think that he's going to be kind of taking that.
Well, that's what I wanted to mention
role.
next. Like, yeah, Lando's been confirmed, obviously, as on a staff member here, so he's Billy D. Williams back. So yeah, he will probably take on the old next person in the line of deaths for the original saga.
Wrap it up.
Yeah, and that will wrap up the Skywalker saga. By the way, they've actually confirmed that this will be the last Skywalker movie in the universe.
There's no one left, so it's not a surprise.
A lineage that has died out, right? Does that mean we get a death of Ben Solo in this? Is that like basically confirming that?
Yeah, pretty much.
I think he's kind of beyond redemption.
I think so. I mean, killing your father and...
I think that may have been the entire point of the last movie.
I don't know.
Because you thought he was, he's a good guy now. No, he's not. He's just...
he took over. Yeah. He's basically, he's the new supreme leader.
He just wants to be number one.
So, yeah, I mean, I think... and also it confirms that Mark Hamill will be in this movie as well, which is another...
Force Ghost.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Hey, but you gotta confirm it.
Way.
You've gotta confirm it.
No way. They're doing that? That's so weird. That's so weird. I didn't think they were gonna do that.
That's because he's not actually dead. He just vanished. He's not actually dead. So.
So weird.
Hey, if they get Mark Hamill, you gotta get Hayden Christensen, right? I mean, what's he doing?
I think he does show up in this. How about that? I'll make a prediction. I bet you he does.
No.
I'd do it. Mike, you want to bet?
Show up and just be like, Ben Solo, you little bitch.
Mike and I are making another bet right now. We're doing a bet. Oh. I'm doing it.
No Hayden Christensen in the next Star Wars film.
Okay.
Why would you do this bet, Jim? This is not in your favor at all.
This is the same feeling I've got with Supergirl. It's the same feeling. So he's going to be in this.
Does Hayden Christensen even act anymore?
He was just in a movie recently. It's like I ran out of money. I need a paycheck.
Now hold on. This is new footage, right? Like of him now, not like some recycled shit in like a flashback that flashes before someone's eyes.
Does it matter, Mike?
I mean,
are you really worried that that's the...
You want to really make that stipulation? I mean, you got to give me that. I mean, I'm not thinking that's going to show up anyways. I think it'll be new anyways, but if I get some Hayden Christensen in this movie at all, you're not going to give me anything?
Well, in the first movie, I'm sure you could argue that Ewan McGregor was in it because we heard his voice underneath someone. So you got to be careful with bullshit like that.
It won't be a voice. He'll be in this. He'll be a Force Ghost or whatever.
There'll be an image of... So you're saying Force Ghost...
Or image of...
Some representation
of Hayden Christensen in this movie. Yes.
Not just the voice.
Not just his voice, no. I will say not just the voice. I'll make that far. I'm doing it. I got the same... I got the same
Good on you, Jim.
I got the same...
What if there's a picture, though? Like, he's not actually acting. It's just a picture.
There won't be a picture. There will not be a picture. We all know I'm talking about like a Force Ghost with him, but I won't make that statement because there's some out somewhere I'm sure I'll have. If he's actually in the movie somehow, miraculously or something, but with a new flashback, I'm not making that, So I'm not gonna say Force Ghost, but he will be in the movie, I think. So,
Okay.
what else? Oh, so that's gonna end the saga. I mean, they're gonna do new stories, obviously, in that new trilogy from Ryan Johnson. So I'm good with this. Actually, I am
And
actually
Jon
good with this.
Favreau's got something in the works.
Yeah,
TV show.
as I said
TV.
before, like we've talked about this to death about this universe is huge. Why do we keep getting these like side stories about characters that we already know about?
Because you guys need to realize that as super fans who've read all these extra books and bullshit, very few people have done that. Most
It's
people
not-
know the
It's not
movies
about
Jim.
that.
and know
Well,
that
Jim,
the
and it's
movies
not what you're
are about
saying
the same
either.
group of people.
What?
It's not that we need side stories. Like I wouldn't mind side stories of characters we already know, as long as it's new stories. But we're getting stuff that we already know about.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
I'm also
But,
saying like why not?
wouldn't you want a side story of Osaka? Jeez. Sorry, of Osaka. I was gonna say Osaka. I sound like
Ahsoka.
I thought
Yeah,
Ahsoka.
Ahsoka,
I'm like
yeah.
Osaka.
That's
what?
different. She's the best character.
Yeah.
Well, no,
she-
She's the best character.
There's no
She is.
argument there. I'm just saying, like, you know this character, you want a side story of this character, but you want something new. Like,
Yeah.
what if we got like a new story of like
It would be
Han Solo?
cool.
Something new. No, that's
Okay.
what I'm saying. Like, you want new things, not necessarily things of, you know.
Like I would like to have gotten a story about
Ashley is-
Han and
disagree. I
what
wouldn't-
about
I
wait
wouldn't
no
want
wait a
Han
minute
Solo.
let me wait. What if we got a story with Harrison Ford where what was going on between 6 and 7 with him?
Don't care.
Oh, I thought it'd be cool to learn about that.
I would like that
Yeah.
way more than anything else that
That's
we're
what I'm
gonna
saying.
get.
Like before Force Awakens even came out, like that would have been nice.
Yeah. So I don't know. But I do want new characters. I would love to see some new characters on screen. I think it'd be cool. I remember I loved the Tales of the Jedi books, the comic books, and they're all new characters that you don't know about. So I think that, and now you look at the best Star Wars video game, Knights of the Old Republic. It's new characters that we don't know about. I mean Star Wars does well when they give us new characters. It does. It's got a history of that. I mean, I'm sure
Yeah, I
somewhere
would like
I'm missing something,
Long,
but
too.
yeah. So, I'm looking forward to that. But all right. Let's see. What else do we have? We have our topic tonight, but we're going to get into what we've been up to first. So we had the Fox-Disney merger. That came through this week for those who didn't know. It is all penned and signed and done. It is finished. It's been approved by the government, whoever needs to approve it. What is it? The anti-monopoly checking
FCC
company.
or
Yeah,
something.
they approved it, and
FCC
then every
will
single
be.
every single head on Disney and Fox have signed off on the deal. So now it's just a matter of February coming around, and that is when it will be completely done, and all of this stuff will be to come together, and all is one. So our topic tonight will be that, but let's get into what we've been up to first, and then go into that topic. Yeah, all is one, all connected, right? Oh, there it is. See, he knew what he was talking about before. Feige knew. He always knew.
He was giving us hints all along.
Yes, he always knew. Anyways, let's get into what we've been up to. Mike, what have you been watching?
I've watched a couple more episodes of Luke Cage season 2. I'm to the 4th. I finished the 4th.
Mm-hmm.
It's not good.
No.
I can already say. And the big problem here, and I guess I am less than a quarter through, is that aside from retreading older ground, especially with like Misty Knight and her just like getting in trouble with the cops around her all the time, and just do that whole story over again, is Luke Cage himself decides to change his character completely just to create tension between himself and other characters. Well, he doesn't decide to. The writers decided that Luke Cage is just going to totally act differently now because we need to create drama. So Luke Cage just acts like an idiot all of a sudden, and it's sort of weird.
Okay.
So that's the first quarter of Luke Cage. And honestly, I am looking forward to Iron Fist making an appearance just to change the pace of this show, because right now it's like, and I honestly don't care about Mariah. Remember Mariah from the first season? She's the politician.
Oh yeah. She's in this? Oh, okay.
She's in it
Her
a
sister.
lot. She's gotten. I think she may have more screen time than Luke Cage, at least in these first 4 episodes. And I'm like, I don't care about her. Like, she's a villain. She's bad. Like, they're setting up like some drama for her, but I'm like, I don't care about her. Like, she could get killed. She could win. Or get out. I don't care. Like, but we're getting a lot of focus on her for some reason, and I don't really care.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to when Iron Fist shows up. use some like exuberant stupidity from him, just
I mean,
to change the pace.
Iron Fist can only go up, right?
I would think so.
Maybe.
I wouldn't say that.
There could be worse out there, but I guess we could think that way. But hopefully, so.
It's kind of hard
Alright.
to be worse than what we saw season
Alright.
1.
Yeah.
I know it's hard, but I don't know. I don't think it was rock bottom either.
All right. Anything else that's good?
No.
All right, Corey.
I got to see the Hitman's Bodyguard with Sam L and
Oh,
Ryan
yeah.
Reynolds.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun as a
Is it?
stupid like comedy, action comedy. That
I
was
just-
all right. But other than that, just watching The Office a little bit. Just,
Yeah, that's same here.
Tony has been.
I think we're
tweeting-
talking about it.
You're like
all the
tweeting every
time.
morning about The Office. Every morning on Twitter, he's got a quote going on about
Yeah.
The Office.
So yeah, you just throw it on and just let it run all day. It's like
Yeah.
whatever, it's in the background. So.
yeah, I love putting.
But
it on.
it's really nice to go back and see those characters again, and it'll be interesting to see what they do with this new Office thing that they're going to be bringing in.
We'll see if it actually goes
So-
through, but could die before it gets to screen. But cool. All right, Tony.
Pretty much that. Just Office, like I don't know, it's just so easy to watch when I'm like, I don't feel like playing anything, and I find myself in this a lot where it's like I don't want to play anything because like my brain just drained, but I don't want to watch something new that I have to like really pay attention to either.
Mhm.
Like I just want to sit on my couch, kind of zone out for a little bit. So it's like I'll watch a couple episodes of Office before bed.
Your quote, I mean, what brought back my favorite, I watched it again recently. I watched it this week too. The one quote about the meatball sandwich.
Yes.
That's their worst sandwich.
That's the worst.
Oh God! It's
Oh,
it's-
right.
Yeah, but that whole sequence for me, like that part of that season, was my favorite
Yeah.
episodes at all. Like when he quits
Yeah.
Dunder Mifflin
Yep.
and starts, and then even comes back. That whole sequence of him, and then it just finishes with him doing the Captain Morgan on the chair. He put his leg up on the chair, and
Yep.
that's how he wins.
Oop.
Yeah. So.
But like, yeah. I mean, it's so interesting because like the character of Michael Scott is honestly probably one of the most interesting characters in any medium, and
Yeah.
to do a character study of him would be utterly fascinating in my opinion, because you just watch him like hit these lows and you're like, all right, how much lower can he get at, kind of like we were just talking about Iron, and it's like somehow he always manages to get even lower, and then every now and then he does this thing where you're just like, wow, that's both or either smart or inspirational, or like a character that is normally straight-laced and whatnot, and he gives them advice and like sets them on the right path, or does something like
Like the
Very
one, like when
contrary.
Pam's got the art gallery and
yeah,
nobody
and he's
shows
the
up
only
except for
one to show up, and he buys it from her. It's like, and she hugs him as she's crying. She goes, "Michael, is that a chunky in your pocket?" And he's like, "Yeah, do you want half?" And she's like, "No."
And he's got
but,
the Dundies and
yeah.
all that stuff is great.
Oh my God, the Dundies. There's like the longest engagement award goes to
Yeah.
Pam Beasley, and it's like, oh man,
Yeah.
don't do it.
It took till season 2 for that show to hit its stride, but
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
absolutely.
Season
one,
one
I
is too
was
much.
like,
They did too much of a clone of the English version, so
Yep.
that's all they
And then
tried to
season
do.
2,
Yeah, then they went off.
they got the, and it's interesting going back and watching this now and just seeing how many like cameos that are in it, even though you don't like. I don't know. I didn't really pay attention to like actors or actresses back then too much, but what's her name? Lois Lane from The Man of Steel. Like she's in
yeah.
the second or the first and second season where she's like the hot purse lady or whatever.
Yeah,
and
I
then
forgot she was
obviously
in Amy Adams.
Elba, Amy Adams. You have a couple of the kids from Glee on it. Just
Idris
all these
Elba.
things. Yeah, Idris Elba.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously.
I mean, that whole season started. When it ended,
So
they had so many guest cameos, like James Spader at the end.
But it's funny because like the first season was very much like the UK Office, and then they're like, this isn't really
No, it's not working.
good for the US, and so like they pivot, and it was really good.
Yeah,
Since then, it was
yep,
it was
that was
great
good.
until Michael Scott left.
Yeah, and then like honestly, the most awkward episode in my opinion was Scott's Tots. You guys remember the plot line for that
Yeah.
one?
Oh God, yes. When
Where he promised those kids,
and he lets them
pay their
sing to
college
them.
tuition.
He lets them sing
Yeah.
to him, and oh my God!
It's
And
like,
then he's like, "I
like,
got you all laptop batteries."
Yeah, it's like what? It's like, Michael Scott, what you gonna do? You're gonna make our dream come true. It's like, oh man,
Yeah.
it's so hard to watch. Like,
Yeah.
but whatever.
Alright.
Yeah,
Alright.
it's good. I love that show.
All right. I've been up to a bunch this week. I've been watching 2 more episodes of the Genius, which is a great show. I thought the last
What
episode
episode?
was. I just finished 5, and I feel like that episode was actually the least craziness, like the least double crossing. It was more like That was the one that
What was the game?
that was the horse racing. The horse racing.
Oh, the horse betting race. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I thought that was the least eventful one, but it wasn't
that
terrible.
was more
but
that was more like strategy than
yeah, that was
trickery or
straight on
something like
strategy.
that.
Yeah, there was no backstabbing in that one as much. It was just, well, there was one, but that was
Yeah. It was,
so. But the best thing I watched two more things actually. I watched Ant-Man and Wasp, which I want to say for those we're going to do a spoiler cast tonight of that. So if you get that on the feed and you've seen it, listen to that. But I do want to give you my quick impressions of it. Was that it's probably one of the most, if not the most fun Marvel movie that I've seen. It's super fun. I greatly enjoyed the movie. I'm not saying it's going to win an award for how great it is, but it's a fun movie. It's a perfect summer movie, in my opinion. I had a lot of fun watching it. So I don't know. I just really enjoyed it. I'm not saying it's the most fun. Actually, it's right up there though. It is up there. I think it's better
the
than
palate
the first one.
cleanser after.
Yo, yeah.
Avengers?
I think that's really what it was. It was more about like here's the somberness of Avengers, and then hey, here's this Paul Rudd joking around like crazy. So I thought that was great.
It's not truth serum.
Yeah, that's great. Oh, so and they did. I mean, Disney does a fantastic job of de-aging these stars. Like, how is it? Like I said,
It's magic. It's
that's what
literally
brought up
magic.
that conversation, Mike. I brought up like, how is it that DC could not make, Warner Brothers could not make Henry Cavill's face look normal when you've got these people that are de-aging Michelle Pfeiffer and
Because they
Michael Douglas.
they were probably given like 5 minutes to do it. It's like, all right, go.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's the time issue, but
Everything about them movies felt really compressed and rushed, and
Yeah.
that's probably one of it.
That's weird.
yeah, maybe they should have taken more time.
I mean, I'm not disagreeing because I agree with that statement.
They should have taken more time. But I also saw Jumanji 2, Welcome to the Jungle.
Oh, nice. How's that?
I really enjoyed. Okay, has anybody seen this? Because we're all video gamers.
No,
Yeah.
I watch it. Is
Okay,
it on
I saw
Netflix yet,
it.
or-
Okay, I didn't know. I can't remember if you said you saw it, Corey. I mean, if you guys like video games, you should watch this movie. It's a lot of fun. Like I really enjoyed this movie, especially because I'm a gamer and it's about a video game, and it just has so many things. You're just like there's subtle jokes for gamers in there too, and you're just like, okay, I get all this, and
My weakness is bread. What the fuck?
yeah. It's like weakness is cake.
No, cake.
It was cake.
Cake.
And then yeah, the thing is like, is this bread or cake?
That's what
And
it was.
then but yeah, I mean like just watching like I gotta say I was shocked by what's his name? What's his name from School of Rock?
Jack Black.
Jack Black. Jack Black. Thank you. God, I was
One of
spacing.
the easiest names to remember.
I spaced on his name. I was surprised how awesome he pulls off a 16-year-old hill girl.
Yeah.
Because each of these actors, like The Rock and all of them, while they're acting like themselves, they got. I have to say they really pulled off the kids that they're playing in the video game, because it's them playing them. You know what I mean? They do a good job of like inspiring. Yeah, like they like they're inspired by their characters. So, quite really good. So I really enjoyed.
Yeah, they all do a great job of not being themselves.
Yes. And at times they're themselves, but that's because they're game characters. You know, so it works out great to mix in the two. So yeah, I really enjoyed that movie quite a bit. I would recommend it for anybody who wants to have fun watching.
I mean, it definitely deserved all the praise it got and the success it had. And like I said, there's room for a sequel because those actors could be anybody behind that.
Sure. I mean, that's the best part. And I think that the other thing you have to remember when you're watching it, though, is they didn't have a huge budget for this movie because they didn't know it was going to do what it did. So I think some of the special effects fell a little flat, but it was mostly good. I mean, it wasn't terrible either way.
Looking back at the original Jumanji, those special effects are awful.
Yeah, the monkeys. Yeah, I know.
I don't even like the stampede of the animals coming in through the house.
Yeah. All right, so that's it for me. Let's get into our topic, though. The Disney and Fox merger is finally official. So the X-Men are coming back to the fold.
Yay.
So yeah, this is a yay, I think. I mean, there's other aspects of this could be a negative, a nay. I mean, so
it's not just that's the thing that everybody like focuses on, like the X-Men, but it's not just the X-Men. It's like everything. Like
this is the easiest low-hanging fruit for us.
Right.
No,
absolutely.
I just remember, all those years ago.
Disney owns Disney now owns the majority of Hulu.
Mm-hmm.
So that's huge for the streaming world, especially because.
So I mean, that's the first question that pops in mind, man. Is Hulu going to continue to exist in its current format, or will they adopt it to be the Disney Channel service that they're talking about?
That's what I would.
Or will it be a separate thing? I don't know.
I don't know. That's the thing I would wonder because right now it's taking a lot of channels and putting them all together. And that's the strength for Hulu. If you just make Disney's content, it's a great service, but it's not quite what Hulu offers. So it's like, the thing is like, with everybody launching their own, eventually launching their own streaming services, we've talked about to death before about too many options. Does Hulu have a place anymore? Because they already lost their streaming rights, not streaming rights, but commercial-free streaming rights to Disney anyways. They're not allowed to show anything Disney without commercials. So even if you pay for the non-commercial package.
At least they do it before and after.
Well, maybe that'll change now. Yeah. That'll be it.
Maybe. But I think, like, it's like, I know a lot of people are worried about...
Best case scenario.
The other aspect of it is like, do you guys think they'll completely reboot the X-Men universe, or do we kind of
100%.
merge them? Because Deadpool...
1,000,000%.
But only Deadpool.
Well, those two...
Only Deadpool, because he's self-referential and doesn't need to exist in any universe, really. They might borrow him.
Deadpool's going to have and he has a place, according to whoever commented from Disney, saying, yeah, Disney, they really like the Deadpool
Well, the
movies.
New Mutants and Dark Phoenix are still coming out.
Yes, which means that this whole thing is happening later than you guys think.
No. I wouldn't be surprised to see those movies canceled. I honestly wouldn't.
I bet you they're canceled.
Someone just announced that they're not getting canceled. I don't think they will be canceled. They're way too far into it. They're not going to waste all that money.
Both those movies will get released.
It's not Disney's money.
No,
it's Fox's
money. I bet you they don't, Corey. I bet money they don't get released.
Okay. I would bet at least one of them gets released then.
All right, so you and I are going to bet that
the Dark Phoenix one is almost definitely happening.
Both of them, or will you give me New Mutants?
New Mutants doesn't need to happen.
I don't.
How about this? I'll go in. If both get released, you win, Corey. All right. If both get canceled, Jim and I win. If only one gets canceled and one gets released, it's a split. How about that?
Well, what's the split? What's the point of the split?
Well, then it's just push.
Nah, it's fine.
Really, it's not fair.
No, I'm just saying, like, why do a push? Like, just go for it. Like, jump in. I'll fuck it. I'll say both of them gets released.
When are the release dates?
February. Well,
it's supposed to be next year.
Yeah, it's supposed to be next year, but I don't think there's anything. Here's the thing: if they don't show anything for the rest of the year on any of these movies, they're not coming out. So we have like a lot of time still, but I think by November, if they don't show
coming out next year. If they don't come out next year, I agree with you. They're never coming out. But I'm saying they're definitely coming out next year.
I don't think New Mutants comes out at all. I think your best chance, Corey, is the Phoenix, but I don't know if that makes it either. It's in production hell right now, from what I understand. So now does Disney say just release it and let's take the hit? No, not take a hit because it doesn't cost them a dime, but. I don't think so. After they just got the property back,
it ruins what they want to do.
But Corey, we're on.
For one? All right.
For both, I'll give you both. They both don't get released. I'll give you both. I'm pretty confident.
You give me both? Like you're doing me a favor?
I'll do you both. It's like 2-to-1 odds.
That's fun. Jim, you'd give me if it was one. It's me. I'm giving you both.
What do you mean both?
About?
They're both not going to come out.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's what that's what you're saying.
Yes, I'm giving you the fact that either one could come out and you win this bet. I'm giving you that.
Okay, either one. All right.
Yeah, I'm giving you that because I'm pretty confident they're not showing up either one. So, I got 2 bets on this podcast. Jesus. All right, let's see. So yeah, I don't know. Like, we're gonna get new reboots of this stuff? Is it that, but that gets into the possible negatives of this merger, because is there enough content to release these many movies?
I don't see X-Men characters showing up in Marvel movies for like 3 years minimum.
Sure, I don't think. Well, I don't think until Phase.
No, I'd say maybe 2 years.
I think 2020.
Yeah,
I don't think
not if Dark Phoenix and New Mutants
right.
come
That's
out.
exactly my point. Why they would cancel it.
Right,
that's exactly why.
But like, do we need them though? That's the thing. It's like they've been killing the X-Men and the mutants. Do they need them right now? No, they don't need them.
They will this next phase.
Like the only character I could see them bringing in right away is Wolverine. Like who else really matters?
And that's the best one to do because his story is completely done.
They can bring Deadpool.
He's not showing up in a cinematic universe movie.
Deadpool will just be his own thing always. But he's got the best thing about Deadpool is how much he makes fun of.
He can make a random cameo and with no consequences, and that would be great.
Yeah, he can
zero consequence. Deadpool shows up.
He's not going to be like he's just going to show up as a joke in the movie. He's not going to show up as a meaningful.
That's all he ever is.
Well, in his own movies, I find he's meaningful and there's character to him.
I think the thing I think like we'll see definitely is I think the first cameos we see from Fox properties will be Fantastic Four.
I think Deadpool could be first.
Well, Deadpool's the easiest because it's the most successful, and Ryan Reynolds loves playing the character.
It's the only thing that they have going that still has juice right now.
Yeah, I mean, I could see Deadpool, I could see getting X-23 in there, and I could. I'm just saying I don't see the X-Men like the Dark Phoenix characters and the New Mutant characters. I don't see them coming into it.
I agree with you, Corey. I agree. That's why I'm saying, as long as Disney gets the rights before either of those movies can be released, let's just be like, nope, fuck it. We're not even gonna like.
I hear you with that, but like, I don't see them being in a rush. Like, there's no reason for them to be in a rush to do this.
No, absolutely, they're not in a rush. I'm pretty sure things are planned out until 2020 or 2021. But with that said, I mean, just like with the Spider-Man thing, before. Right? Just with the Spider-Man thing, they're like, oh, we got rights to Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Let's adjust.
I'm just saying the X-Men are not who the X-Men used to be, and so it's not something like.
That and that's because of Fox's mishandling of the property.
Sure,
it's because it ran its course for 20 years.
Ran its course, or just had shitty movies for 20 years? I mean,
again, most of the movies were good.
I mean, I liked a lot of them. Sure.
I'd say half of them, maybe.
I'd say half. Okay. I'd go with half.
Half, most.
More than half.
One either way. Okay, whatever.
I think that 2 of the 3 X-Men or Wolverine movies were good, and 2 of the 3 of the first trilogy were good, and 2 of the next one will probably be good. I don't know.
I don't know. I think that
anything related to the first Flash shows.
Yeah, but I agree with Tony. I think Disney blocks these movies from releasing due to the fact that they'll have the property at that point, and it's time to just make their own stories and include them into the universe that they built. So there might be some...
Especially if they're branching out into the cosmic aspect of it.
That's the thing.
It would be a lot easier to do, like the Phoenix Saga and stuff like that. So.
Yeah. Does that change Adam Warlock? I can't remember. Is he like supposed to be some? No. He's always that character. Okay. For some reason, I always thought he was like a mutant. I don't know why, but okay. But like I said, I still think Fantastic Four will be the first cameo. One of them. Something from Fantastic Four universe. It would be that Doctor Doom.
Villain, maybe?
Yeah, Doctor Doom could be it. Galactus. But I think that one of that property will do it.
They're the easiest to do just because...
Well, technically, Ego is already in the Marvel universe.
True, but I'm talking like, you know what I mean? From one of those two and...
the Watchers.
I think...
All right, so Fantastic Four would be easiest to do just because you have access to Doctor Doom and, like you said, Galactus. And those are easy, like, big bads for them to take on. Because, like, after Thanos, it's like...
That's the thing.
How do you make
like, you can follow Thanos up now with Doctor Doom. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
So I think that'd be awesome. I know Thanos is all powerful, but Doctor Doom is so like, you know.
The problem with
Doctor Doom is like bad guy Batman. Like, there's no real reason why he always like accumulates all this stuff and like wins all the time, but he just does.
Prep time. That's what it is. Prep time.
Yeah, he plans it all out. What were you gonna say, Corey?
I think the problem with him, I don't see him as a very interesting character right now. I think they need to build him up before they actually get him out there.
Yeah. I don't know. I think this gives him enough time. This does give him enough time technically to have some sort of weird cameo at the end of Avengers. Of something.
Not the next one.
I think it does. It definitely does.
I could do a post-credits sequence.
Yeah, that's why I'm not saying in the movie, a post-credits.
Yeah, absolutely. You could do a Captain Marvel crap. The merger's done. On a beeper.
The merger's done in February. There's no that's set in stone. Whether they start to use the properties after that, you know, it's whenever they can. But that gives them, you know, if it comes. I guess that doesn't give them a lot of film time, though. It really doesn't. To go from February completely owning the property to. But if you can write the plan now, you could film.
I would love that for them. What they could do is just introduce mutants in a different way and like not really have the X-Men characters at all, like any of the characters.
And that's the perfect. Like it all falls in line because after Avengers 4, obviously stuff is getting messed with time and space because of just the Infinity Stones anyway, and now you have a reasonable explanation on like, hey, why was Professor X and Magneto, Magneto who was a World War II Holocaust survivor, why was he never like noticed in the Marvel universe and stuff like that? And you can totally explain it like, oh, well, in the old universe, mutants didn't exist, and now they do.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good way to do it. You're right. So, I don't know. So, are we all happy this is done? Like, are you happy?
Yeah.
Mike, I'm not sure Mike's happy.
1,000,000%.
I don't think Mike's happy.
I mean, I don't care.
Mike's never happy with anything.
Well, but Mike liked the other movies quite a bit.
I think it's too late at this point because, again, like, the Avengers that we've put all of our time and, like, effort into, like, getting to know and care about, are not going to interact with these characters in any meaningful way because they'll be gone by the time they're there. So
some of them,
most of them.
Yeah.
I mean, again, like my most optimistic view of this, and I've said this before, is if the cinematic universe sort of echoes the history of Marvel, where it started with the core Avengers, like in the '60s and stuff, and then moved to like Spider-Man, and then if it brings it back to like the '90s in this next thing, where it's like all X-Men and Spider-Man going forward, I would love that, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to happen, but that would be my most optimistic view of it. Like Spider-Man headlining the Marvel Cinematic Universe, growing older, logically having a history finally, and him interacting with all my favorite characters from the X-Men universe. That would be the best thing.
Yeah, I think that would be cool to see. I think that this gives them obviously more properties to use for the next phases. They said they planned them out, but this gives them more flexibility to take less chances on unknown characters or lower characters that they weren't sure. Like obviously, like we didn't know that Ant-Man would be this fun. I'm not saying you can't make a great movie out of a character that you don't really know much about, but it gives them it gives them the floor work, the groundwork.
Well, that's what I think I would be excited to see is not necessarily the Professor X, Cyclops, Jean Grey, Wolverine, Beast, the core X-Men. Like we've got that already, and so like it'd be interesting to see.
But did we get it well?
Sometimes, I think so.
Most of the time.
Like, I think that
not Cyclops, but
I think they could do like a good
Rogue?
new
was Rogue. Who cares about Rogue? Let's be honest.
Gambit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I think that'd be interesting.
Oh, the Gambit movie is probably gonna die now.
So.
Yeah, I mean, no, I agree with you, Corey. I think it's cool because like the X-Men, the X-Men out of all the franchises that Marvel has one of the deeper universes because like literally you can just make the. Hey, we're gonna come up with
basically what they did was like I don't know how to keep giving people power, so they're just born with them.
Right, exactly. It's just like, all right, you're just born with these mutations.
It was the best excuse for it, really.
Right.
Like it gives a good reason why there's all these powered people all over the place, and without them, you have all these happy accidents that don't make sense.
Right.
Yeah.
But they have so many deep characters, and it's just like the first half of the Fox stuff, like it kind of focused on the original group in the X1, but then it slowly transitioned to like Wolverine and some other like cronies. Like, okay, cool, got it. And then it was like first class, like C-list jobbers who don't matter at all. Plus, like what Beast? Like, who gives a shit about Beast?
I like first class.
And Mystique. I'm sorry, Mystique was probably the biggest offense. The focus on Mystique.
This is all Jennifer Lawrence's fault.
That's true. You could say that, but I liked First Class, so I got a younger Magneto. That's what I wanted to see.
Yeah, no, he did a great job, but I mean,
Days of Future Past is a great film.
Magneto, I thought Magneto was served well in the previous thing. Wolverine obviously was. Magneto, Wolverine, and Professor X all I think got served pretty well.
I mean, that's the other.
Right, but that's it. Like
that's
you're
the other
saying
villain.
X-Men is like 3 characters plus Mystique.
That's the other. And we forgot that villain too, Magneto. I mean, he's a pretty major villain. They could do House of M finally.
Yeah.
Except it would be weird. Yeah. So I don't know.
Well, maybe Quicksilver comes back now.
Yeah.
What if the post credits of that you guys are looking for is a Scarlet Witch, and they establish an effect that shows time travel back in the past, since they're probably going to be doing that all over the place, and they go back to a past where she says no more mutants, and that would be what they leave with.
I mean, I doubt they would do that, but I mean, okay, props to them on trolling, I guess.
No, that would be an explanation for it. And then they can undo it somehow.
Oh! You're saying to undo it too? I mean, whatever. They
don't need to undo it there, but if you can do it then.
And technically, when she says that, there's still like a few thousand mutants left somehow.
Well,
I think it's like 300 or 600, something like that. But I mean, aside from the movies, though, the thing I'm excited about is now like the X-Men comic franchise can stop being under this. Yeah, they can stop being under this
get respect.
Well, we actually got X-Men toys coming out now.
Yes, that's true.
Toys,
merchandising
can be in video games again.
Yep.
I mean, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite had so many issues, but like no X-Men was like, seriously, what the fuck is going on?
Not having Wolverine or Magneto in the game was weird.
Like what is wrong with you?
Yeah, even the crappy. I mean, I never really I wasn't a big Cyclops fan, but I know people did like him. But I don't know. But yeah, he wasn't in the game either. But Wolverine and Magneto Magneto mostly for me. But all right. Anyways, so yeah, I think it's a good thing. We're gonna get those properties back to the video games too. That's the other aspect of it that we didn't talk about much. So hey, we good? Cover that pretty well. I think we're all there's positives for all of this.
We're saying what we think. 2 years this will happen in earnest.
I think that starting this year, I still think there could be a cameo in one of the movies of one of these characters from the Fox universe. I think that the streaming thing is going to be very interesting to see how that shakes out. And then I think in video game world, I don't really know what we're going to get. That could take a while because that's development of games. So next generation for games.
Yeah, I don't.
So. But
I don't even know.
Video games will be the farthest thing away.
Yeah,
they don't really work on them over there.
Yeah, so.
Oh, by the way, speaking of, it's not a movie news thing, but Ultimate Alliance remakes just got delisted.
Oh shit! Did it? Uh-oh.
Yep.
No warning to either.
Ah, crap.
No warning.
Gone.
Just snapped.
Great.
Yep.
All right.
Not
So
balanced though, because they took them both. So.
Yeah.
And they were on sale that week.
were.
$15.
The week before.
$15, yeah.
I was upset.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap up 406 of the Moviecast. Thanks for tuning in. Write us podcast at allyoucangeek.net. Follow us on Twitter, allyoucangeek. Like us on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Tune into the Gamecast. We got Spoilercast coming up, and see you next week or whatever. Excelsior.
Whenever.